Hey guys, welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank DaVamp, and we're continuing talking about Frank DaVamp's top 10 zombie flicks of all time. And if you can remember, the last installment we talked about number 9, which was 28 Days Later. Awesome Danny Boyle flick, British, and revolutionized the zombie film for many reasons. Now, for number 8, I thought long and hard. By the way, this has been a hell of a list to put together because there's so many great contenders. But for number 8, had to be a tie. So there may be some ties here. I think this is going to be the only one, but there may be. So don't quote me. And the reason why these two are tied is because basically they're pretty much the same film, except a few differences, which is Wreck and Quarantine. Made in 2007, Wreck just was a huge splash for the Spanish cinema, telling us basically this story where a female reporter goes into is doing a reality show on the life of firemen, and the rescue calls. They go kind of a ride along thing, supposed to be a sweet piece, but instead turns out into a horror piece because unfortunately in one of the buildings where there's an emergency call because of an elderly lady in distress, turns out to be a horrifying zombie apocalypse scenario where they get trapped with horrific zombies. The police pretty much quarantines them in there and won't let them out no matter what. So they kind of have to fend for themselves into a horrifying survival nightmare. In 2008, they tried to do it again, with an English version, and boy, did they succeeded. It retains, most of the intensity. I don't like found footage movies very much, but this is one of my favorites. By the way, I gotta make a found footage top 10. Remind me. One of these days I gotta get that list, but there's very few found footage movies that I like. These ones are great. And the way they differ is basically the origin of the zombies. Quarantine, the English version, pretty much just explains that this is some kind of pathogen and that the government just pretty much doesn't want it to spread and it's ready to, just sacrifice some few lives, even though the reporter and the fireman and everybody else that's alive wants to fight bravely so it doesn't spread to them. Meanwhile, in the Spanish version, it's actually religion. Yes, the zombies are actually like hell spawns, So, oops, spoilers, I'll make sure that I include this on the description of the video so that if you haven't seen the films, you realize that the origin is basically, and on the sequels, if you're interested, in the Spanish version, one day I got to make a whole video on that. They really expand on that, devilish side of this zombies who are, someone from hell, supposedly, compared to the Quarantine and Quarantine 2's, continuation on the pathogen side, which is a more traditionalistic take. However, both are brilliant. The movies are really scary. There's some moments with the very ingenious movies that are copied now to death, unfortunately, with the night vision cam. They were and horrifying zombie encounters. Man, this is a great zombie flick. If you like zombies, you definitely want to see Quarantine and Wreck. And shoot, I mean, this could be a grindhouse too. You can grindhouse those two back to back as well. They're both ingenious, awesome films. So there's nothing much I can say. I think they're fun. They're scary. And they're films that you can watch over and over again and enjoy, you know, for posterity. So there you go. This has just been a short video, just telling you about, you know, how cool these two movies are. And yeah, they're number 8 on my list. So stay tuned for number 7 as we count down from Frank's top 10 zombie films. Take it easy, be blessed. Good evening. Don't let the zombies bite.